Hey fellow duelists, it's RagingRaidRaptor here, coming at you today with a card discussion, talking about the newly revealed Electronic Transimulation Wattisnessis. It is a level 4 light attribute psychic effect monster, with 1800 attack points and 0 defense points, with a simple yet surprisingly effective effect. Its effect allows you to target a monster your opponent controls and move it into another main monster zone by sending this card to the graveyard from both your hand or your field. So what do I think about all of this? Well, being a hand trap is automatically going to be a strong reason to look into using this card, as you do not have to set it and can be used during either yours or your opponent's turn, and makes it significantly faster to use than a trap card such as Dimensional Barrier. However, unlike other hand traps such as Effect Veiler, Maxi, and Ash Blossom and Joyous Spring, this card can be used while it's face up on the field, which could have the potential to be highly abusable with cards such as Firewall Dragon and Call of the Haunted, especially when you consider this effect does not have a once per turn clause to limit how often you can use it. All of which makes this card exceptionally good against link monsters, which highly depend on being in a certain position on the field in certain situations to get the most amount of potential from their effects. And I will provide hypothetical examples to prove this using the link monsters that have been released in both the TCG and OTG thus far. Imagine your opponent summoned a copy of Firewall Dragon in a linked zone, and your opponent intended to use its effect when 3 of its link zones were occupied. You can use the effect of Transimulation to move it to either the far left or right regular monster zone to force your opponent to use Firewall Dragon's effect at that moment, or have him invest more resources to summon another one in the same position. You could also use it to move cards that do not have link markers pointing to either the left or right side, such as Decode Talker and Mrs. Radiant, out of the extra monster zone in order to stop them opening up more link zones. Although they can still be used for another link summon, but they still will have to invest more resources in order to do so. It can also be used on a card such as Link Spider, which requires the monster it would have been able to summon to go into the link zone that it created, which will not be possible to do so when it has been moved into the regular monster zone. It can also be used to achieve a similar effect against Spiral Double Helix if you move it from its extra monster zone into the far left regular monster zone. You could even use it to avoid the destruction effect of Toppin Logic Bomber Dragon. Unfortunately, it is not good against all link monsters, and an example of this is Barrelo Dragon, since it cannot be targeted by card effects, which is unfortunately necessary in order to move the monster. And although it is exceptionally good against certain link monsters, it is completely useless against anything else, since moving a monster like Blackluster Soldier into a different monster zone would not stop their plays. It can also be incredibly counterproductive to use it against a Synchro or Fusion deck that cannot Synchro or Fusion climb that easily, and even more counterproductive against Xyz decks like my beloved RaidRaptors, as they would greatly benefit from having their copies of Force Strix in the extra monster zone moved into the regular monster zone. So in conclusion, I think Electronic Transimulation Wattisnessis is a very good card, if not slightly abusable due to how well it deals with most link monsters, and the fact it is not a hard once per turn effect. However, it is completely useless and even potentially beneficial for your opponent depending on what they are playing. But ultimately, I want to know what you guys think. Is this card as effective against most link monsters as I think it is, or am I overrating its potential to a ridiculous degree? Let me know in the comment section below. If you did enjoy this video, why not give it a like or share it with your friends? It would be greatly appreciated, and will help the growth of the channel as a whole. Also, special thanks to the YouTuber Dizzy, who featured me in his Roasting My Subscribers video. It was very gratifying to see a huge channel such as his subscribe to my channel, along with the biggest growth that this channel has ever seen. To which, if you are one of those subscribers, thank you for taking the time to check out my content and deciding to sub for any future content I produce. I've been RagingRaidRaptor, and I'll see you all again next time.